what's going on, guys? Brian here. All right, super pumped up about checking out this brand new autonomous mower from Exmark. The future's here. The robots are taking our jobs. Just having some fun here, but here we go. Hanging out today, we've got is this a Turf Tracer platform, Jeremy?
Yep, yeah, it's our Turf Tracer X Series platform that we've kind of redone, put electric ground drive in, and added the autonomous system to.
Well, holy cow, this thing is crazy. This is the future here, folks. I don't know if it's gonna be today, I don't know if it's gonna be tomorrow or a decade. The consumers will decide, the price point will decide, but it is here, and this stuff is coming down the pike as we speak. It's pretty,
absolutely.
It's pretty crazy.
It's coming this year.
Is that right? Here we go. All right, so let's just really quick. For folks that don't know you, you're with Team Exmark. Can you give us your background for just a quick minute?
Sure, I've been with Exmark for over 20 years, mostly on the engineering side. I've been working on autonomous here for over 3 years.
Is that right? So what can we expect out of this machine? You want to give us a little overview?
Sure, we can walk around it real quick if you want. We've got the X Series Turf Tracer like we talked about. Swapped out the ground drive for an electric ground drive. That's so the autonomous control system can have really good positive control. That's how we get the straight lines, positive turns, integrated a full functional safety system. So we're really proud of that. I think that really sets us apart in the marketplace. So trusted inputs, processing outputs. So we don't just detect obstacles in front of the mower, we make sure we stop the machine for it. Got a full color display on the unit, so it helps walk you through recording boundaries, things like that. It tells you the status of GPS, GNSS, RTK, cellular connection, so you know what's going on with the machine all the time. You can see the antennas for GNSS, cellulars on the other side. Same ultra cut cutting deck that you know and love from Exmark, right? It's 4 Series ultra cut. Mulch kit is permanently installed. So we do that for the autonomous system, so we don't have to keep track of which direction we're blowing clippings and that kind of thing. So it is supervised autonomy, so we expect somebody to be on site with the machine while it's mowing.
There you go.
You know, they're responsible for making sure that site is generally safe, that there aren't a bunch of bystanders, the debris picked up, hasn't been any changes since the boundary was recorded.
Wow, that's awesome. All right, so cool deal. So we're gonna demo it here. We've got a 2-acre front space. A lot of you guys have actually seen some drone footage on this on Instagram. This is the one that I always time lapse. And then we've got another site over here that's got about an acre front yard. And this is really where these sites, or this mower is supposed to shine, are on sites like this. So they've done a lot of math. There's what I believe, a little bit of a steep price point here, but the technology, the revolution with all of this, early adopter, you know, things are expensive when they come out. But that being said, the math, somebody's mathed the math. We've talked about that. So if you can keep it moving on big sites, the lines cross and it is an efficiency gained and more profitable. So do you want to talk to him for just a quick minute? Where does this shine? Who is this for?
This is for contractors that are having troubles acquiring enough labor to support your business growth, to get the work done that you need to do. So this can really help you, you know, take a 4-person crew down to 3 so that you can use that additional labor to do other work, to really make your properties pop and shine, so you've got the time to go do the extra detailed work. Well, this is doing the big, wide open, easy mowing that doesn't have to take up your labor resource.
Yeah, you can put your high-skilled team members doing landscaping, pruning, mulching, all that kind of stuff on site while this is mowing.
Absolutely.
Which, you know, instead of having a $16, $18, $20 an hour kid or guy out there, he can be trained or upgrade his skill set to doing the higher-end dollar per hour work, right? So there's
exactly.
That's the concept there. So, and a lot of folks are coming out with stuff like this. This is Exmark's version. I actually got to see this last year in Nebraska, which is really cool.
Yep.
And so it's coming, folks. So keep an open mind. I you know, one of my friends, he says, what are we all gonna have these Isuzus now and drop the gate and a bunch of Frisbees going out while we trim? It's a possibility, but I'm really excited about seeing this unit in action. A lot of talking here, but you wanna fire it up and we'll get this thing moving?
Sounds great.
All right, let's check it out. All right, so let me give you guys a little bit of an overview. A lot of you guys have seen the Turf Tracer. This is a Turf Tracer, right?
Yep.
All right, so Turf Tracer platform. Obviously a couple things look a little different on this guy. Do you want to do a little walk around and show me what are we looking at here? There's a lot of tech on this.
Sure. So like you said, we started with an X Series Turf Tracer. So it's got the bones of a Turf Tracer through and through. Kohler commercial engine, putting the 749. This one's a 650, but the production unit that we'll build here in January is going to have a 749 on it. electric ground drive, like I said, but that you don't have to plug it in. That's a belt-driven generator from the engine that powers those electric wheel motors. We just do that for that precision control with the autonomous control system. You can see we've got lights on it, so when it's operating autonomously, you get the flashing amber lights that let people know there's something going on here. We've got status indicators that tell you when you're recording or when there's a fault, that kind of thing. The controllers are under the hood there, so we've got all sealed, IP-rated electronics, so we're good for being out on trailers, being outdoors. Color display, full color display, lets you know what's going on with the machine, walks you through any workflows like boundary recording processes, things like that. Out front here, we've got our obstacle detection sensors. The autonomous control system, the main brain, you might say, is under the hood over here. Obstacle detection sensors on 3 sides, so we make sure the area is clear around the mower all the time when we're running autonomously. Ultracut cutting deck, permanently installed mulch kit you can see here. So the cutting performance that everybody knows and is comfortable with today from Exmark, with that 5.5 inch deep ultracut cutting deck. Semi-pneumatic front tires, pneumatic rears, so that kind of rounds it out.
There you go. Awesome. All right, so where do we go next? How do we get this unit in the field, and what do we start? You said tracing the outside boundary line?
Yep. The machine can be run in either autonomous or manual mode, so you can mow with it in manual mode just like you do all of the other mowers on your trailer. And that's how we record the boundaries. We just drive it manually, either with the deck on or off. So we drive around the outside of that boundary, and then it'll ask you about recording any exclusion zones. So if you have any trees or buildings or obstacles inside the turf that you want to mow, you record around those, and then park the mower the direction that you want the property to be striped, and flip it to autonomous mode, and it'll calculate the whole path that it's going to mow from that point. And when it's done, you hit the autonomous go button and it takes off mowing.
This is so trippy. This is awesome. I don't know, what do you guys think? Leave me some comments down below. I can imagine in a decade or 2 decades, or even sooner, having this thing roll on out and you have 1, 2, or 3 of them hitting up a site, and like we talked about earlier, 1 or 2 of you guys are doing the detail work. Oh my God, the future is here. It's changing every day.
It's coming quick.
I love it. All right, so Jeremy's coming around. These will be the exclusion zones. There you go.
It knows it's back to where it started, so it asks if you want to confirm that loop, if you like it. Otherwise, you can hit cancel and do it again. Hit confirm, then it asks you to add your obstacles if you have any, or you can finish.
Okay.
So I'm going to go add these obstacles now.
Okay. So now that's an exclusion zone.
Yep, so it won't try to mow that area.
Okay, sweet. Now, quick question for you. Is this something that you have to mark every time you mow, or just one time and it remembers the site?
This is one time. It's stored on your account, so it's not even mower specific.
Oh,
if you've got 3 of these in your fleet, the same recording will work on all 3 of them.
Nice. So it takes a few minutes to set up, but once you have it, you just show up and can hit go.
Yep, that's the idea. Is you take it off the trailer, pull it out into the grass, point it the direction you want it to stripe, hit go, and then you go back to the trailer and get the other equipment off and start using that labor to do productive work.
That's awesome. All right, so Jeremy's back. You just did the 3 exclusion zones.
Yep.
What's up next?
So the next thing is you pull the mower out into the turf that you want mowed, and you point it the direction that you want the turf to be striped, your primary direction. We set up 4 striping angles, the direction you park it to start with, plus or minus 45 degrees, and then 90 degrees from that initial angle.
Okay.
So those are set up. When you come sequential weeks after that, you just have to park the mower in the general direction that you want it striped, and it'll snap it to that perfect 45 and lay that same stripe down week after week. So you get the nice cross hatch, or however you want to manage that.
Awesome.
So you've got to turn the remote stop on. This is just the stop button for the supervisor. So you turn that on, and that's it. It's hooked up. Let's go to sulky. Make sure we've got the mower positioned in the direction that we want it to stripe.
Yep.
So you've got some nice stripes going on here.
There you go.
We'll make sure we're lined up. We'll throttle the engine up and flip to autonomous, and it'll calculate the pattern.
All right, moment of truth. No way. That makes me so nervous, and it's cool all at the same time, but I'm like, it's just going. Jeremy, it's just riding out there. It's mowing. I don't know, it's crazy. It's like Roombas, but for mowers.
Yep.
That's awesome. So this right here, this is all coming down the pike starting 2025, so people can get their hands on these if they have some specific sites. Pretty cool.
Yep. If you can put together about 40 acres of turf that you can mow on a route through the week, that would be ideal to make it pay back.
Okay.
So that's the goal. We're going to build a few dozen just to get started, so we make sure we can support them well as Exmark, and that we all are going to learn together. So we want to make sure that we can support folks well doing that this next year.
There you go. All right, so here you go. This thing is coming on down. We moved over a couple lanes, but look at how well that cuts. Wow. Now Joe said I might trip it, so I gotta stay back. Dude, look at it go. I will tell you, the Turf Tracer, one of my favorite mowers is bar none. And it cuts so well, but these stripes look really, really good. So shout out to the Turf Tracer. Talk about a legacy product that's just still just killing it. But man, those stripes look as good as any. And I don't feel like there's a ton of overlap. I'd say maybe 10-15%, but we always talk about going tip to tip to keep a beautiful looking stripe, and that thing is doing really, really well. So that's good to see. Little magic of editing, but here we go, guys. How we doing?
Good.
All done.
All done.
Wow. All right, well, you guys can see one of our commercial sites, beautiful stripes. And it's kind of crazy to see how this thing mows autonomously. I actually had Troy Clugs folks were stopping by. Jim Christmas, a local guy who's been around forever. He stopped by and he's like, man, that's the future right there. And it's just crazy. Somebody who's been in the industry for 40 years. So let this thing keep going.
See how excited people are about it, and,
right.
And the future is here, right? It's going to production this winter.
That's crazy. It's crazy. Well, that's pretty much, I think, we're going to land the plane today on the vlog. Thank you so much, Jeremy.
Thanks for having us.
Came all the way out from beautiful Nebraska. Hopefully the turf cooperated with you.
Oh, it did. It's awesome turf. The weather's great.
Looks good. And I guess if you guys want to learn more, by the way, where can people find more information on this whole thing?
Exmark.com as always, or go see your local dealer. They're always ready to help anytime.
Cool, awesome. All right. Well, thanks again to Exmark for coming and hanging out with us for a couple days. This was a rare air and a special treat. And hopefully you guys see the finished video on their channels over the next couple days or weeks. So, all right, guys, over and out. We'll catch up with all y'all on the next one. Bye.
See ya.